Hello everyone and welcome back to the CO2 Rundown. I'm your host Chad Owens. Happy Wednesday, midweek, peak of the week. I hope you're all in your groove and are having yourselves an amazing week, a beautiful week, a successful week so far. Huge mahalo to Long's Drugs for all of their support of the show. Let's continue to support local and making Long's Drugs a part of our days. Let's dive on in to the CO2 Rundown. Dave Reardon has an article in today's Honolulu Star-Advertiser talking about some of the greatest sports teams in Hawaii history. They've come up with a list. And on top of that list right now, because it's fresh off the press, is our University of Hawaii men's volleyball team. Although we didn't win the national championship for the third year in a row, I believe we've stamped our legacy. They've stamped their legacy in the history books and should be considered one of the best sports teams that we've ever seen. Right? You talk about dynasty, you talk about program, you talk about legacy. They've done it. They're here, and we're gonna see them in that game, I believe, for years to come. We've created that culture, right? And so, and I also want to let you guys know, all athletes, right? Don't ever let one game. I don't care if it's a championship game, a preseason game, a loss. Don't let that one loss define who you are as a person, as a team, as a program. Okay, it doesn't. And so for our men's volleyball team, man, you guys, we're so proud of you. Number one, we've got some of the best fans, and they showed that love upon you guys' arrival. So with that, I want you guys to go take a look at this list, right? We've had some incredible sports teams over the years, right? We've had our baseball eras, we have our football eras, basketball, and of course volleyball seems like it's sort of been there for a while. But make sure you guys go take a look at the list of some of the greatest sports teams in Hawaii history. Look, if you got the need for speed like I do, you're gonna wanna pay attention. All right, this weekend is the Big West Track and Field Championships. And we've got one of the best running this weekend. Alyssa May Antolin, former Maui High standout, two-sport standout, track and field and soccer. She's the defending 200-meter champ. And look, she's getting ready to defend, right? She already has the conference's fastest time this year. And with that time of 23.38, she set the school record, previously held by Gwen Loud Johnson. This is a 39-year record, right? Gwen ran it in 23.60. So 23.38, if you guys know track and field, that's a pretty big difference. So shout out to Alyssa, shout out to Gwen. I mean, 39 years, almost 4 decades of holding a record. That's something to be proud of. But records are meant to be broken, right? And it is Alyssa's time. Look, but the biggest thing I love about her story, she had to face some adversity. She missed her senior year of track and field due to a torn ACL from soccer. So knowing that, hey, you blew your knee out, right? Your hopes and dreams of whatever, soccer, college, whatever you're trying to do is on hold, is on pause, because I got to focus on this injury now. Am I going to be the same? Am I going to be as fast? Can I be faster? Right? How do I know? Because I had the same injury. So I know the mental battles that come along with that. But when you come out of that, there's so much more on the other side of that adversity, as Alyssa has proven. So with that, please take a look at this article. Support her this weekend. Support our entire UH track and field team this weekend. That's, again, in the Big West Championships. Let's go, Bows. On to the diamond, where St. Louis alum Nu'u Contrades is doing his thing at Arizona State in the Pac-12 competitive conference, and he's only a freshman, right? A lot of times when you enter college, you probably won't see the field right away as a freshman, unless you're that dude, unless you bring something to the table, or you elevate the team, and you're just that good. Right? Nu'u, along with a couple other younger players, is helping this Arizona State team be real contenders this year. And that's something to say about Nu'u and his upbringing and his love, his passion, his work ethic. His story is pretty incredible. Just baseball as a whole, as a sport, it could be a lengthy process to ultimately get to where you want to get to, right? What is that? The majors, right? The big leagues. Some people go junior college and then eventually to another smaller school and then maybe to a D1 and then they get drafted to the minors. So there's a long process, right? Well, for Nu'u, right, he had decommitted from CSUN. That's where he was headed. He had to go to multiple mainland camps and clinics and, to put himself out there. Shout out to his parents for investing that time and that money and that effort to get him those looks. And finally, things came around and, Arizona State wasn't the only, top school that was coming after him. But he chose Arizona State. And now he's in a position on a team that he trusts the coach. Coaches trust him. It's a perfect mesh. And, a lot of times it's not the school you go to that determines your success. It's the right program. It's the right fit. It's the right coach. It's the right city, maybe, So there's a lot of factors that come into play, not just for baseball, but in all sports when you go into that next level collegiately. I mean, sometimes you think, hey, I'm a football guy, so I'm going to talk football. If I go to Alabama, I'll make it to the NFL. That's not necessarily true. You understand what Alabama has. They're recruiting the top guys in the country at every position. So you may not see the field until your senior year, maybe. Is that enough time for you to show out? Some guys do it 1 year. It's enough to put enough film to get themselves drafted or whatever. But sometimes you go to smaller schools and you play right away and you shine. You set records, right? You help turn a program around. And that's kind of where Nu'u's at. This Arizona State team has had a turnaround. And he's part of that reason, right? And so that's something special to have. And so shout out to you, brother. Keep working hard. I feel like your career's just taking off. You're finding your own, right? Coach said he's got an amazing defense. His bat is coming around, so his offense. So it's like that complete player that they envisioned him getting is here, right on time. And sometimes, when it clicks, and it's nice. So congratulations again, brother. Good luck, and finish the season off strong. All right, this next story is one of our prep athletes. Kamehameha School's Kahala Newman, a goalie for the women's water polo team. This story is amazing. They just defeated Punahou to end Punaho's 13-year ILH title run, right? Taking out the big dog. They're chasing their first school state championship in 17 years, right? So with the help of Kahala, all right, defending, because the goalie is one of the most important parts. If you defend, if you can't score, you're not going to win, right? So she plays a vital role on this team. But what's interesting and exciting about her story is she was built for this. She was destined for this. From the time she was 3 years old, in this article, as you guys read it, you'll see, every parent, with their children, little toddlers, hey, have floaties on their babies, right? Safety. But at 3 years old, Kahala said, Mom, I don't need these anymore. She ripped off her floaties, jumped in the water, and never looked back. She's never played any other sports outside of swimming and water polo. She absolutely loves the water. That's where she feels alive. I can relate. That's how I felt on the football field. That's my playground. The pool is her playground. And so just an unbelievable story, confidence, right, from day one. A lot of times that's the fear of drowning for little kids, right, is what holds them back. But her no fear attitude, her confidence, and her love and passion for the water is why she's one of the best in the state, and is why she's, looking to help lead her team to its first state championship in 17 years. She's also a USC commit. So congratulations on that. Good luck, at the next level, but I know we've got unfinished business. So with that, congratulations once again, and go get them. And that is it for today's show. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in with me here today on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Huge mahalo again to Long's Drugs for all of their support of the show. Let's continue to support local and making Long's Drugs a part of our days. I will see you all come Aloha Friday.